we were right in the mix at the top, but Track Houston was pulling away a little bit. And one of my friends actually said that if we didn't win, he'd like make fun of us for the rest of our lives. And so when I got in the baton, that's all I could think about.
Yeah, can't have that happen.
Yeah, so I started like running really, really fast to try and catch up.
Well, cool. We'll go and get started. This is Generation Giants podcast. My name is Kyle, and I'm here with Zane Jackson, man. Good to have you on the show, man. You doing all right?
Yep.
Cool, man. And we are in a spot that you requested us to record out, which I'm really excited about. You want to share a little bit about where we are right now?
Yeah, we're at Fleet Feet in Mount Pleasant, and this is where I get a bunch of my running shoes from.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to pick up some today when we're done.
Yeah. Please do. Yeah, we want to support them. Yeah, shout out to Wade Wiley, the general manager here, for allowing us to record. Just love getting to be in the community when we record these podcasts, especially record at a location that is really near and dear to your heart. Hey, if it weren't for Fleet Feet supplying your shoes, man, how would you be able to do the incredible 27-second 200s and 16-minute 5Ks? I don't know where you're at, but incredible distance. So. Yeah, it's cool to be here, too. I get to have lunch over at the Holy Foods around the corner, so I'm always over here, and it's a really neat spot. So we're going to be talking about your experience running track and cross country, and just so impressed and really want to celebrate the achievements you've accomplished already, and we believe in even more achievements in the future. And you were saying it's track season right now.
Yeah.
Sort of. So it's track year-round for you? Is it year-round for everybody? I didn't do track in high school, like I was saying. I don't really know what it's like. What is it? What are you up to right now?
Right now I'm running for Mount Pleasant Track Club. First I do like the high school track season, and then when I compete at the state meet, and when that's over, then I go over to Mount Pleasant Track Club and run with them. And we just finished our like club state meet, and I did pretty well there. And we're going to go to nationals in like late July. Then after that, track's going to take like a break. And then I'm going to take a little time off and then get back into cross country.
Okay. Just from one to the other.
Yep.
But which one do you like more?
Track, just because the environment, I like it because you have like the
You like the environment more?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because
most people would say the opposite because you're like in nature.
Yeah.
And cross country and you're seeing really neat stuff. So.
But track competitions, when you can like look around and see all the people in the stadium, it's really cool.
Yeah. Nice. Do you have a stadium that you have really enjoyed running in the most or anything?
Probably it's like Kansas University Stadium.
Okay.
Because that's
Kansas University. So
yeah.
you travel that far for these competitions.
One year we went to California.
California?
Yeah.
Did y'all fly, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay. Where in California? Do you
Sacramento.
Sacramento. At Sacramento State? I don't know. Okay. I'm assuming that was a really big competition.
Yeah, it was nationals.
Okay. Nice. And we're going to get into all that. So I want to know all of that, and starting with, so Mount Pleasant Track Club would you say that's sort of your primary affiliation? I know you're at Palmetto Scholars or what's the name of your school?
Palmetto Scholars Academy.
Palmetto Scholars, and you're currently 15 years old.
Yes.
Right? And rising junior, right? Getting the stat sheet a little bit. And so would you say most of your involvement has been though with Mount Pleasant Track Club?
I've kind of bounced around with whatever school I've been running for because I used to run from North Charleston High School because my school didn't have a team.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So that rule, you get to run somewhere else if your local school doesn't have it. But
I would say, probably my primary is with Mount Pleasant Track Club because I've been with them the longest.
Okay. Yeah. And so, I mean, I'll start and a shout out to Coach Tammy Dennis, who's awesome. We've talked to her numerous times and have seen her in the articles because she's the coach.
Yes.
Or one of the coaches, or at least is she the present coach? I know she moved to Ashley Hall as well.
Yeah, she's coaching Ashley Hall and Mount Pleasant Track Club.
Oh, man. Doing both.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, we've been in contact with her, so shout out to her and her great coaching. So one thing that was a highlight that sort of caught my eye was you were, I don't know if you were the first or one of the few that have been an All-American in 4 different events.
Mm-hmm.
And was that 1 season or 2 seasons?
1 season.
1 season, okay. But isn't there an 8 somewhere in there? 8-time All-American somewhere?
Yeah, like if you total them all up, I have 8 All-Americans.
I don't even know. So tell me, start there. Tell me, what is totaling them all up? What events, All-American, and what does that even mean?
Okay. All-American is top 8 in the nation in your age group, like at nationals.
Okay.
And age groups are like 2 years, so like 13, 14, 15, 16. And
Tracking.
yeah, and I
Tracking so far.
and I think my first All-American, I got it when I was in 13, 14
Okay.
age group. I got that in the 3,000 at Sacramento, and I ran 9:16 for that, and I got 6th, I think.
9 minutes, 16 seconds in the what? In the
3,000 meter.
3K.
So
Gotcha.
it's almost 2 miles.
Gotcha. That's hauling, man.
Yeah.
That's hauling. Dude, I tell you, I would struggle. I went to Citadel, and we would have the 2-mile PT test,
Mm-hmm.
and I would struggle to get that max PT run level. It was always a struggle, and a couple times I missed it literally by 1 second. And we have this thing about not lying, and so I can't I'm not supposed to lie about it. So it was always a struggle. But 9:16, what pace do you know per mile? Does that come out? To be some weird conversion there.
Right about 5-minute mile.
5-minute mile. Whew. Hauling, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. And at what point did you start really? Well, before we even move on. Okay. So you were explaining what an All-American is.
Yeah.
And then you hit it for several age groups. And then what are the distances that you like to run in?
Like my favorite distances.
Yeah. Or which ones did you reach the All-American level in so far?
The 1,500, 3,000, the 2K steeplechase, and I got my team. We got a team cross country All-American. We got second in that. That was really fun.
Nice.
Because the whole team could share that.
Yeah.
And I also got 4th at that nationals. Is in the 4,000 meter. And we also got 4x8, the 4x8 team I was on. We got first place.
Yeah.
In the
Okay.
nation.
Well, that's going to be a story in itself, right?
Yeah.
So we definitely want to get into that. Right. So kind of laying the foundation. So I mean, man, hitting these All-American achievements and getting to celebrate the team All-American achievements. Can we first start with, is there one person or one coach that you feel like has really helped influence that level of achievement? And you got to really have fun, I think, to be able to do that sort of stuff. Does anyone come to mind, or any sort of inspiration come to mind for you?
Well, I kind of got 2 coaches.
Okay.
Who I really like.
Okay, more the merrier.
Yeah, the first one is Coach Tammy.
Right.
Because she really encouraged me to get out and run, and she wanted me to do my best. It's kind of hard because she had 300 other kids to work with.
Yeah, I don't know how coaches do that.
But somehow
How does that work?
I don't know. She works with all of us so well, though.
Yeah.
And she really helped me, encourage me to run. And
Right.
she helped me work on my running form a little bit, helped me get my speed up.
Okay. In what way running form? You know what I mean?
When I ran, my shoulders were too high up. So
Okay.
she helped me try and relax them.
Right.
Because if they're too high up, I'm just wasting energy and I won't be able to get
Right.
oxygen in.
Yeah, sometimes it takes those coaches to see it too.
Yeah.
I had to kind of self-coach myself in college. Well, I didn't have to. It's just kind of what I did, I guess. And stuff like mid-foot strike versus heel strike were some things that I tried to focus on. There's a little bit of debate in the running community about that. But it really helps whenever you have coaches kind of say that, here's a little tip for you.
Yeah.
It'll go a long way. So shoulder, okay.
And the other coach is Coach Johnson from North Charleston High School, because he really made practice fun. He knew how to balance work and fun.
Nice.
So he taught me how to do that. And
Time for work, time for play.
yeah. On Fridays, we'd play soccer or something.
Oh, yeah.
After we work out.
Cross-training. There you go.
Yeah. And
Right.
he also helped me in the weight room, because I'd never done any weight training before I met up with
Sure.
him. And that really helped me with my speed and kick.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing too. Whenever I was getting into the running and the triathlon, was I would always see weight training being a part of the above average runner's routine, which was kind of surprising. Which I have a football baseball background, and so I always kind of did it anyway. But then I was like, yes, more justification for doing those sort of things. Was it more? I guess it was more than just body weight. I mean, it was kind of doing
like
dumbbells, barbells.
Yeah, like leg presses and squats, and we also like did jumping squats.
Oh yeah, get some explosiveness. That probably helps a lot in the track,
Yeah.
especially. Is that more for the jump off too? Do you feel like that helps?
What I think it really helps with is like in the last 200 meters of the race, because once your legs are tired and you just want to be done, it really helps you like get the explosiveness you need to speed up and just pass everyone.
Right. Solid, good routine. So those are two coaches that come to mind for you. Awesome, man. And so, so you're a part of this team, and I know you've got great teammates. And so why don't we go ahead, the other thing that caught my eye, aside from the All-American stuff, which is great, was you were a part of a championship team. And so educate me a little bit. I was reading Youth Olympic competition. Is it really tied to the Olympics for starters, or what's going on there?
The Junior Olympics, it's not really tied to the Olympics, but it's tied to USA Track and Field.
Okay.
They're the ones who host it, and they host pretty much everything track and field in the U.S.
Right. Okay. Yeah, there may be something there, because it's the same deal with weightlifting. We had some weightlifters on recently they call it Junior Olympic trials or whatnot, and there's a Junior Olympics, so which is really cool. If nothing else, it helps somehow.
Yeah.
Even if it's not directly tied to the Olympics, it definitely helped. So you were part of this team, Mount Pleasant Track Club, and y'all went to where was this year's competition?
Kansas City.
Okay, Kansas City. And was the competition this year, 2018, or was it last year?
Last year.
Okay, last year. And so why don't you just share about that experience going to Kansas City for nationals?
So I qualified in 4 events, so I was really gonna have to.
Out of how many? Just out
of
is there
4.
only 4? Okay.
Yeah, that's the most you're allowed to do.
Heck yeah. Good for you, man.
So I qualified in all 4 of my events, and it was gonna be pretty hard because I had a little bit of rest days in there, but most of the time I had back-to-back like days of running. So I had to. Coach Tammy told me like take ice baths after every single race.
Yeah.
To get recovered, stretch out.
Yep, so important.
Yeah.
I still don't value it enough. The
Neither
stretching
do I.
routine. In high school, I did sort of value it in high school because I got all these injuries, man. And literally I would stretch between classes. When I was a senior, I just didn't. The teachers were kind of cool with us because we're seniors, and I would just get up in the middle of class and just start like stretching the quads. It's like, teach, I got baseball. I don't want to get injured. You got to understand, teach. But yeah, stretching and all that's key.
And the first event I had was the steeplechase, and that's a little risky because if we like hit one of the barriers or something, we could be out for like the rest of the week. And 2 of us on the 4x8 team, we had that. So we were just hoping neither of us got injured. But that race was actually really cool because we had 3 kids from our team qualify, and in the end of the race, we were all kicking hard, and we were able to get 4th, 5th, and 6th, and that's all American spots.
Nice. Wow.
So we had 3 kids on the podium.
Oh wow. For the individual aspect. Okay.
And then the next day was the 4x8, and I was getting nervous for that.
So that's the relay.
Yeah.
Right. Relay. So 4 teammates, half a mile. Right.
Half mile each.
Yep.
And we were really excited for that one because that's the one we felt like we had a chance to get national champion in. We were coming in ranked 2nd. Track Houston was ranked 1st. And they're a really strong team.
That just sounds like a hot team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like anywhere in Texas, I feel like they got so many athletes to pull from. And if they're training in Texas, they've got to be pretty good at withstanding the heat. Of course, we hold our own here in Charleston, right?
Yeah.
With the heat and humidity, we hold our own here.
Yeah, Track Houston, what they also do is, I'm pretty sure they're one of the teams that do this, but they have like different satellite teams, like all over the state. So then they can pull from, instead of just like taking kids from Mount Pleasant, like Mount Pleasant Track Club does. Say they have like 200 kids on each satellite team, and if they have like 5 satellite teams, then they could have like 1,000 kids to choose from to put on a relay.
Shoot, man. All right, well, I don't want to foreshadow
Yeah.
anything, but I think y'all took him down. All right, continue.
Yeah. And so all of us we were right around 2 minutes each, except Aiden. He was at 1:57 about, so
Wow.
he's
That
good.
is hauling.
Yeah. And I think he's at like 1:56 right now.
That's
It's
phenomenal.
crazy.
That's great.
And I was the third leg. Our first 2 legs, we were right in the mix at the top, but Track Houston was pulling away a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And one of my friends actually said that if we didn't win, he'd like make fun of us for the rest of our lives. And so when I got in the baton, that's all I could think about.
Yeah, can't
So
have that happen.
Yeah, so I started like running really, really fast to try and catch up.
Right.
And right before I handed the baton off to Aiden, I was able to get to the Track Houston kid, and we were in second. And I knew once I handed it off to Aiden that it was over for them.
Nice.
Because he's such a powerhouse that he can just bring it whenever he wants to.
Yeah. Yeah, we've heard great things about Aiden. We're actually going to have him on here pretty shortly is the plan. So that's great. So he held the last leg.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so do you remember your time for that race?
I think it was around 8:10-ish, something like that. I'm not exactly sure.
Okay. For a total of 2 miles.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's like as long as a commercial.
Yeah.
It's like within the time of a commercial, a handful of high schoolers just ran 2 miles. That's great. And so y'all won first place in that in that competition. That is awesome. And tell me what it was like then. You're on the podium, I guess. Was it all for you on the podium? And y'all get a big trophy, or how is the celebration?
We don't get a big trophy there really. They just hand out medals, and we get like All-American hats, which is what everyone always
I'm all about
wants.
the hat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all about the hat. You could have worn it today, man.
Oh, I should have.
You could have. All right. Well, we'll edit in a hat or something. I don't know. Can we do? I don't know if we can do that. I'm our video editor, so I'll have to look into that. That's cool. So you get an All-American hat.
Yeah. And then later on, they'll send us like a really big plaque. Like it's that big.
Y'all got that hanging up somewhere in the
and we each
track
get one with all of our names on it, and it says National Champion Mount Pleasant Track Club.
Sick.
Mm-hmm. And then the coolest part, the coolest thing we get is this ring. They they size us
You get a
for
ring
it
too.
Yeah.
Okay.
They size it.
Do you have the ring on? Dude, we got okay. We'll edit all this in.
Okay.
Somehow.
I'll send you a picture of it.
You're right. Yeah. It's just this floating picture of a ring in our video.
But yeah,
So you get a ring. Okay.
we get this ring. It says National Champions 2017, and we get our name on it. I think we get the team name on it, and on the inside you get something engraved. So we got like the Beast and 4x800. Because at regionals, I was running fast at regionals for every single race.
Yeah.
And everyone is saying, "Man, that kid looks like a beast. He's the Beast."
The Beast.
Mm-hmm.
That's a cool nickname, especially if you can self-nickname yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It tends to create problems whenever you ask people for nicknames.
Yeah.
It's kind of hit or miss. I do a men's group called F3, and a lot of times my boss's nickname was Crab Cake. Because he was from Maryland. So you got to be careful when you ask people for nicknames. So
Yeah.
The Beast is one of the better ones, though.
Mm-hmm.
One of the better ones. Kind of reminds me of Sandlot a little bit, too. So the movie Sandlot. So.
Yeah.
Solid. So you got the ring. And was it gold? Was it like, I'm assuming, maybe not like full gold or anything, but.
It was like kind of silver-ish. It's not real silver.
Gotcha.
But it has this, I don't know what type of stone it is, but it's like this big red stone on it.
Yeah.
And it has like a big 1 in it.
Okay. Nice. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So you got the ring. Did you wear that to school like the next week, like showing it off? You got this rock on your hand. That's what I'd be doing. Awesome, dude. And so that was last year, and looking forward to the next year. Are y'all trying to repeat?
I'm not in the same age group, and they're gonna focus on high school track this season, or I guess it's still this season.
Okay.
But so we're not gonna do the 4x8 this year, so I'm sad about that. But
okay.
I'm going for nationals and all individual events,
Okay.
which I'm happy about.
Yeah. And you're feeling good about it? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
Okay.
I want to get national champion in the 3,000.
Yeah.
That's my main goal.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Because I'll tell you, I believe everyone should do at least one 5K, you know. And you've probably done a lot of 5Ks by now, but I hadn't done my first 5K, like true 5K race until I was like 19 years old. Like 19 years old. And it was a really cool experience. And in a way, it's like you got to be careful because once you do one, you might start doing a whole bunch. Same deal with triathlon. When I first did a sprint triathlon, it was like, oh, I got to do another one next month. and I did. And, you know, and then you end up doing Ironmans. And it's like, never saw that coming. So, but I want to encourage other people out there because a lot of people haven't done 5Ks. Some people, the term 5K is brand new. But, you know, do you remember a time before you had even done your first 5K? You know, I mean, I'm sure your life is kind of a lot different now.
Yeah.
Because now running is such a key part of your life. You know, do any thoughts come to mind to encourage others to like get into the sport or anything?
Yeah, before I started running, I was kind of lazy. All I would do,
I'm still working on that.
Yeah,
actually.
I would pretty much just play Minecraft all day. So
is Minecraft that game on the computer where you hit the dots, or that might be like Minesweeper? That's probably Minesweeper.
Yeah.
Forget I said it.
Minecraft.
What is Minecraft?
It's like the game where you build a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
With like blocks, I guess.
Gotcha. You build stuff, right?
Yeah. And
so pre-running, you were all Minecraft. Then you turned into this crazy all-American by the power of running.
Yeah. So my mom was like, she wanted me to do a sport that summer, and so I was like, oh, I want to do a triathlon.
Oh, cool.
But
have you done any yet?
Yeah, I've done 2 sprint triathlons.
Oh, cool. The ones at James Island by chance?
Yeah.
Nice. That's how I got started.
All right.
Yeah.
But I didn't really like have a great bike and I didn't really
get started somehow, man.
Yeah, and I didn't really have a place to swim.
Dude, my first sprint the night before, it's a good thing we have friends and stuff because I had this group of friends and one of my friends' dads did a few triathlons, so he had a really crummy bike that he didn't care about. Luckily, that was kind of the key point, didn't care about. So I got to do my first triathlon with a bike I had never ridden until the night before. We called the race director because my friend had already registered. And I was like, hey, I really want to do my first triathlon. And luckily, the triathlon community is so engaging that, you know, I hadn't even registered and registration online was closed. And he let me just pay at the door. And I brought my really bad bike. And since then, I probably knocked like 20% off my time of biking because it was not fast at all.
Yeah, my first one, I used like a mountain bike.
Oh, geez. I at least had a road bike, but it was like a 40-year-old road bike. Mountain bike, that's another animal there.
Yeah.
To do 13 miles on, which is about what a sprint is, about 13. So.
But yeah, so instead of focusing on the bike or the swim part, because I couldn't really do that, I focused on the running part because I had some running shoes and I had a place to run, just go outside.
Right. Yep. You're there. You're there. That's it.
And before the triathlon, I entered into the Catch the Leprechaun 5K.
Oh, yeah. I think I did that one year.
Okay.
That's near the Mount Pleasant Pier?
Yeah.
It was when I did it. Okay.
And I was like, oh, I'm going to do really good. I don't know. Yeah. And I actually, for my first 5K, I did do really good. I got 24 minutes and something.
Nice.
But
yeah, first 5K at what, like 12 years old?
Yeah, like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
And, but I didn't really like it because I didn't get a medal or anything because I wanted to win my age group.
Yeah.
But some kids who actually are my friends now, I didn't know them at the time, but they're the ones who beat me.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of mad, and I was like, oh, well, now I got to do another one so I can win my age group.
Right.
And it took me a couple tries to finally win my age group. But when I did, I was like, oh, I got to do this more. This is great.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the sport of running, man. This topic I just love, and triathlon, obviously, because I think whenever you start running, I mean, there's just the very act of continuously challenging yourself. And it's something you can do pretty much daily.
Yeah.
Maybe you got to be careful if you're really pushing your running daily. But in the track season, are you running daily 5 to 6, 7 days a week?
I'm doing about like 6 days a week. I like to take at least one off day.
At least one off,
I can get recovered.
No shame in that. That's where you get better.
Yeah.
The off days, as they say, you get better in the recovery.
Yeah, that's where your muscles heal up and get stronger.
Right, get stronger, yeah. But love the sport of running and the challenge and the accomplishment. Even if you don't hit what you want initially, as long as you keep at it, which is something you can do for your lifetime. You know, because think about baseball and football, it's so tough being a team sport. You know, because then what are you gonna do? Call up all your friends, like, hey, let's practice today. It's, you know, unless you're on a team, it's kind of difficult. But running, you can always do. So love that. And you know, another thing that I read was the Cooper River Bridge Run's a big deal here in town, right? And you stinking were what, in the top 50?
Yeah, I got 49th last year, I'm pretty sure.
So that is ridiculous.
Yeah.
49th, because that's a race. For those who don't know, Cooper River Bridge Run, it gets people from other countries, 40,000 runners. So to get 49th, I don't know if I can move the decimal correctly, but that's, I don't know, you know, 0.01 percentile or whatnot, maybe 0.001. And so that's phenomenal, dude. So tell me about that, man. How'd you get 49th in such a huge race? You have to kind of wrestle people just to even advance in the race, because it's literally people shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah, luckily I forget what my time was before it, but I had a fast enough time that I could be put up front.
Okay, you got seated time near the front. Okay. Were you literally the first group, do you remember? Or
yeah.
One of the...
I wasn't in the elite group, but I was in the one right behind that.
Wow.
But they bring us all up at the same time. So I was able to like sneak up to the front of the line and like get right next to all the like elite runners and professional runners.
Dude, how was that? Because I imagine for at least the first, half mile or a mile, you're like right there with these Kenyan dudes who get paid, you know, who do this.
Yeah.
They're the real deal.
They go off pretty fast, so I could see them for about a half mile.
Were you trying to kind of like trail off of them, keep up with them for a while?
I was trying to keep them in sight for as long as I could, because I knew I wasn't going to be able to stay with them.
Right. First place is pretty difficult in that scenario.
But once I was more into the race, like I saw some of the elite women and I wanted to run with them.
Yeah.
And I think I would have gotten 11th in the elite women.
Okay.
They're really, really fast.
Yeah. Yeah. The best women in the world. I mean, as a guy, if I can even be in the same breath as them, I'm pretty ecstatic about it in any sport.
So I was really happy about that. And I think my time was 34:59. And actually, in the second half of the race, I PR'd in my 5K.
Oh, in the 10K. In the tail half. That's phenomenal, dude. Yeah, because that's after getting fatigued from running up this bridge. It's got a pretty steep incline on that first hill. The second hill is kind of nice. But, man, I don't know about you. The hills, I never feel like I get it back, you know, because, you know, you'd hope that you can just haul tail downhill, but then you kind of got to be careful. So I feel like you never really gain much whenever you go up a hill and then back down. I don't know. For me,
like once you get off the downhill to the flat part, that's worse than when you finally get over the hill, because you've been going so fast for so long, then you hit the flat part and you're like, oh wow, that's not reality that easy anymore.
Yeah, because that race has got probably almost a mile of gradual downhill. So you get kind of used to it. Yeah, I've run plenty of times over the bridge. Only done the race once though. I did not get 49th. A couple more zeros there. I told myself if I ever do the race again, though, I'm going to dress up as something. Yeah. So did you dress up as anything when you did?
No.
No?
But some guy.
You really should.
Yeah. Some guy who I saw who was in the top pack, or not in the top pack, but he was like up there. He was dressed up as like Gandalf or something.
Yeah. Yeah, you get these characters. It's so fun, man. It really helps too. Because a lot of people, that's their first 10K. And so it's kind of cool to have people that are like dressing up and add some humor to it. So that's really cool. Yeah, I don't know what I would be if you could dress up as anything for the race. I don't know. What would you be?
I'm not really sure, but one of my Aiden actually, what he did is he dressed up as a banana for a 5K.
Yes. So I had friends in high school. I don't know if you have any friends like this. I think you can get it somewhere. These guys would come to school on random days, one with a banana costume, one with a gorilla costume, and they just run through the hall with a banana and a gorilla. Between classes. So Aiden has the banana. You should dress up as a gorilla.
I should.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
And then just chase him the whole race. Yeah.
I like it.
All right. Just know I gave you that idea. And then whenever the announcers are like, yeah, there's a banana and a gorilla, they won the race. Like, yeah, shout out. Yeah. That's cool. Well, hey, I want to transition. So, there's so much I really want to get to, but want to make sure that we touch on. You brought Unbroken, the book Unbroken, and I watched that movie. I don't know if that doesn't count probably as reading the book, but for what reason? Why did you bring Unbroken? You know, because we always ask people, you know, hey, if you want to bring a book, we're all about books. We love reading and what you get out of books. You know, is there a passage or was there something in Unbroken that you wanted to share?
Yeah. So not really like me because I didn't have behavior problems, but Louis Zamperini, he had behavior problems before he started running.
Okay.
So, but once he started running, it gave him something to focus on, to something positive to channel his energy into. So that's just kind of a way it changed his life.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just going to read a little bit. Once his hometown's arch-villain, Louis was now a superstar, and Torrance forgave him everything. The Los Angeles Times was striped with stories on the Torrance tornado. Rumor had it that the Torrance Herald issued Louis' legs for $50,000. Torrancers carpooled to his races and crammed the grandstands. Embarrassed, Louis asked his parents not to come. Louis snuck to the track fence anyway, but got so nervous she covered her eyes. Not long ago, Louis' aspirations had been satisfied by robbing kitchens. Now he latched on to a wildly ambitious goal, qualifying for the 1936 Olympics in Berlin.
Wow.
I'm in a little trouble with this.
Oh yeah, the cover deal. Yeah, why don't they just kind of attach the cover there? Yeah, so Louis is an incredible story, and in the movie, highly recommend the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Unbroken, that's such a cool idea, especially for runners.
Yeah.
And what running can do, not only for your body but for your mind, for your spirit. You know, so you take some example from Louis' story.
Mm-hmm.
In other words.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever had like an unbroken moment, like a moment in a race where you like wanted to quit, but then you somehow found some power to keep going?
In the steeplechase that we just did at like the state meet, I was getting really tired, and this kid passed me, and I kind of ran into the barrier a little bit. And
I'm trying to picture, when you say barrier, it's like this vertical thing on the inside. What's going on?
It's this really big, black and white. It's like a hurdle, but if you hit it, it doesn't move.
Oh, and why do they have these things on the track thing?
To jump over.
Okay,
because that's part of the race.
So literally, you were doing the hurdles.
Yeah. Well, steeplechase.
Okay.
And it's long distance hurdles basically.
Okay.
So there are 4 barriers per laps and 1 water jump.
Gotcha.
And 5 laps. So I think it's like 23 in total because you skip the first 2.
So that was a hurdle race, but the hurdles don't collapse?
Yeah.
What? How is that even legal? Is that even like a thing in track?
Mm-hmm.
Is that normal?
Yeah.
I thought that sounds terrible.
It's a really tough race.
Oh my gosh, it's like mortal running,
Mm-hmm.
like Mortal Kombat but for running. It's like you better jump over this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Holy smokes! But you didn't hit the barrier.
I did hit it. A kid passed me, and it was the last lap, and I was really tired, and he jumped it, and I didn't see it, so I ran into it, and I was like, oh.
Holy smokes!
So then I had to like climb over it, and I lost a couple seconds. And I was trying to catch up, but he got too much ground on me.
Yeah.
And on the water pit, I kind of stumbled out, and I almost got a PR. I went out way too fast.
Yeah.
I went out like at a 1:10 first lap when I should have been at like 1:18. But I didn't get to win, but I'm really motivated to get him at regionals because I know I'm going to see him there.
Nice.
So, and I want to PR at regionals and beat him.
Nice. When's regionals?
Next weekend.
Oh, okay. Next weekend. Holy smokes. Yeah, you're doing races. I called you up a couple weeks ago, and you were doing the North versus South Carolina race. It's like phenomenal. It's like, geez, I didn't even know these things existed.
Yeah.
Much less did I ever have a chance to compete. It's like, it's really cool. Like, we want to celebrate that. It's awesome. So Unbroken, man, that's a phenomenal story. Highly recommend. Would you recommend others to read the book?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they're actually coming out with a second movie.
Oh, are they?
Because they didn't like.
So there's more to the story.
Yeah. After he gets back.
Okay. Geez, that's crazy, man. Yeah, crazy story. You know, I still remember the scenes of him in the concentration camp, I guess.
Or a POW camp.
POW camp, yeah. And what he went through, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Really, you know, I always try to tell people, man, you can do more than you think you can. Wherever you think you are, you know, you have no idea what you're able to do. And he's such an example of that. So highly recommend others. How did you even find the book, or was it just the movie that interested you, or did a coach give it to you?
I saw the movie, and then I didn't even know there was a book.
Okay.
But then I saw the book, and I was like, oh, wow. I got to read that now.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, so as we begin to sort of trail in here, a couple questions for you, man. Because development and what you've done and what you're able to do, we want that to be something that others can look up to and be inspired from. So does any one thing come to mind that you would encourage others or advise others to do that would have a drastic impact on their life?
Definitely get into a sport, because even if you want to be healthier, if you just try and like go out and run to be healthier, you're not going to like it.
Yeah.
But if you find
I've been running so long, and I swear I think my body looks worse. At some point, it's different benefits.
But so find a sport you really like, and if you do it to be better at a sport, you're going to get healthier anyway, but you're going to like it more because you're challenging yourself to get better at something you enjoy. Yeah. Instead of to look better or be thinner.
Right. Yeah, those surface level motivators really don't last. They can give you some initial motivation, but they won't keep you.
But like after a couple months, then
you're not going to become an All-American because you want to look phenomenal. You'll probably look phenomenal as a result, but yeah, that's great advice. That's great. And then so another thing, talking about achievements. So you won a very special award, and I was telling the general manager here, we're wondering where the award is. I think it's we're not able to bring it into the shot right now, but the Peyton Moore Award. Man, could you just share what that award is and why it's so important to you?
Yeah, I never got to know Peyton, but he passed 1 year before I joined the track team. And why it means so much is because he was an amazing athlete and a fierce competitor. And to win the Peyton Moore Award, you have to be like Peyton. You have to be an amazing athlete, a fierce competitor, and a great leader, and help all your teammates out. Yeah. And if you get that, it means you're one of the top athletes. Yeah. On Mount Pleasant Track Club and the nation too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely an honor. That's cool, man. Yeah, steward that well. Yeah, so he was not only a great athlete, it sounds like. I've heard a few things about his family being really active in the community. Yeah. And that speaks volumes. So, man, you get to now carry that message on, man. That's an honor, So steward that well. That's great. Yeah. We're proud of you. We're excited for you. So the Peyton Moore Award, that's great. Yeah, I'll see if we can get a shot of it. Is it like a trophy of a runner on it? What's
I don't remember. I don't think it has a runner on it. I think it just has like a cup, basically. Okay. But it has two little. It has one side is for cross country, one side's for track and field. Yeah. And then everyone who receives it, they get their name put on it.
Okay. Solid. And how long has that award been going on? Do you know?
I'm not sure. Since 2000 and I'm not really sure. Okay. Yeah. I know the first person who got it was Liam Christensen, though. Oh, cool. Have you heard about him?
No.
He's throwing javelin for Stanford now. Oh, wow. But he was Mount Pleasant Track Club's first national champion.
That's awesome. First national champion. Okay. So he won the individual javelin competition, 4 or 5 years ago or something, whenever that was. That's cool. What was his name one more time?
Liam Christensen.
Shout out to Liam wherever he is. You said Stanford, right?
Yes.
Stanford University. So that might make him, I don't know if he's a senior. Do you know if he's still in school?
Yeah, he's still in school.
Okay. Shout out. Dude. That's cool, man. Yeah, we want to celebrate that. Awesome. Well, hey, is there any other open conversation, open topic, anything else, man, that you want to share here on the podcast?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, cool. Well, Mount Pleasant Track Club, want to give honor and give thanks to them, man. Being 15 years old, we believe in even more things to come for you, man. And we actually want to give you a gift and shout out to Callie and Ashley. I don't know if they're even in here. Patrick, are they still even in here? Yeah, they're right there. Say what? They're like hiding in the corner. Okay. Callie and Ashley, do we have our gift Do we have our gift for Zane? So anyway, I want to give you a quick story. I think we've got something for you afterwards that's edible. You like peanut butter and jelly?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, we got a gift for you afterwards. So I got a quick story I do want to share with you. I want it to be an encouragement for you. So I was in one of my first Ironman races, and so 140.6 miles, and it was a day, and I mean, so many mini stories I could share from it. I mean, the swim, it was so cold, it was like 40 degrees. You get to the warming tent, and it was like talking about POW camps. I mean, it felt like I was at a POW camp. Not the way people were treating us or anything, but after getting through that swim, 2.4 miles in the cold, if you can imagine doing the polar bear plunge, but someone saying, hey, you gotta swim 2.4 miles. You can't just jump in. That's how what it was. And there were people who were like literally looked like they were dying. And that wasn't the end of the race. Then you get to go bike 112. It's like Merry Christmas. And so I'm in this tent, and making my way, getting recovered, getting some soup, getting some warm bath showers that they had for us in this facility that not all races have, but this was a really cold area. And so I get on the bike, and this was one of my first races. So, nutrition's a big key.
Yeah.
Not only pre-race, but during the race, any race that's more than about an hour, you got to fuel up either through fluids or gels or
I made that mistake in my first half marathon.
Yeah, you make these, you learn. And, so there's like liquids, there's gels, and basically, hard nutrition. And so anyway, my nutrition plan was basically all gels. But these you can do that it was great for training, 3 and 4 hour training, but I'm here doing a races all day. And so I was doing these gels, and I'm starting to feel bad, but I packed like one protein bar. And so, some hard material, get some more nutrition. And so I'm at like mile 40, and I got my aero bars, and I don't want to lose time. So I'm like trying to get the protein bar out of the package, and I drop it. And it was like one of the worst feelings I had, because I didn't want to turn around. I probably could have and should have, but I didn't. And so, I'm like dying here, and the gels are making me feel sick, and the protein bar is gone for another racer to like pick it up on the bike race. But man, I'll tell you, I get to the halfway mark of the bike race after 56 miles, and I didn't really have anything prepared to eat. And a random stranger is like, hey, I noticed you don't have anything to eat, man. Take this peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and can't repay him for it, but man, that peanut butter and jelly sandwich literally gave me enough fuel to make it the next 56 miles of this 112 mile thing after swimming, and then I got another run to do. And so I just had this thought, man, because you're like halfway through high school, and you've got this great background, and just want to encourage you, man, that no matter how tough you may feel at times, man, I want to encourage you that you got more in the tank, and that's what I want you to leave with, is that you got more in the tank. And whether it's midway through a half Ironman or midway through a 4x800, you always got more in the tank. You can always do more than you think you can.
Yeah.
And, so we're going to celebrate with some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in honor of the unnamed gentleman that gave me a peanut butter jelly sandwich that day, to have a little bit of encouragement and nutrition to get me through that race, man. Because I don't know, I know you've been there in different ways, but man, you start to feel like you're dying. You get tested, and this was the first day I'd really ever been tested longer than, I don't know, 5 hours or 6 hours.
One time I was doing a cross country race up in Albuquerque, and halfway through, the altitude started to get to me. And it was tough. Yeah,
it's crazy. And did you make it through?
I wasn't like really, really good back then, but that was one of my breakout races. I got 40th in the nation.
Oh, there you go. That's awesome. That's great. Yeah. Whenever you have those moments, you got to be tested, and it really helps. There's no fail in that scenario. There really is no win. There's just like testing what you can do, and then it gives you something to look back on for the next time. And then the next time you do even better. So, this race, the next time I did an Ironman, it was way better, because I had this to pull from, and I knew the mistakes that I made, and I knew I needed, next race I did Perpetuum. I don't know if you've ever used Perpetuum. It's by Hammer. It was a great liquid product that I used in my next race that I hadn't used. You just learn.
Yeah.
That's what life's about. You just learn and push forward and make progress.
Yep.
So I want to encourage you and all that, man. You got more in the tank, and keep encouraging.
Thank you.
Keep encouraging others, man, that they got more in the tank too. Because I know, you've led. You're a team captain you've been a team captain in your track club. You've led at an autism camp, right, and some other things.
Yeah.
So, man, you got a great platform. Keep using it. Others, want to encourage others. They have a platform too. Everyone's got a platform. You just got to figure it out and just start using it. And once you start using it, it becomes a platform. So keep it up, man. Want to encourage you with that. Well, hey, want to give final thanks and final where we can find you. I'll just start giving final thanks. Thank your mom for allowing you to be here and your family. And again, thank Fleet Feet and their management staff. And again, Wade Wiley for allowing us to record here. Thank God for allowing us all to be here today and get us through those crazy races that I've been through and that you've been through, and be able to share stories about it. So final thoughts, final thanks, and then where can people find you?
Thank you, Coach Tammy, for telling you about me.
Yep.
And thanks to Coach Johnson, because he really helped me out, and because I had a little difficult high school season, and he helped me through that. And
hard to imagine.
Yeah.
With your accolades. Yep.
And you can find me at Zane J 1600 or Zane J 1600 on Instagram.
Solid. Yep. And we'll include that in the show notes too. So if anyone ever wants to reach out, you have any questions, you'll be available. So for anything. So awesome, man. Well, hey, been awesome having you on the show. They're about to open for business here, so we're saying that we might have to get going. So, man, it's been a pleasure getting to know you and having you on the show, man.
Yeah, nice to know you too.
All the best in your future races.
We were meant to live for so much more, and we lost ourselves.